Why do some relationships make you feel like you can conquer the world, while others just slowly drain the life out of you? Why can love feel like the greatest joy one day and a source of constant anxiety the next? The problem isn't that you just picked the wrong person or have bad luck. It's about the very foundation the relationship is built on. Today, we're going to dive into 3 core principles that define a healthy relationship. PA. By the end, you'll have a much clearer picture of where you stand. Are you in a space of growth, or are you feeling trapped? Let's start with the first and most crucial principle: freedom, not control. In a truly healthy relationship, you don't have to shrink yourself to be loved. You are free to have your own opinions, even if they differ. You can have your own personal space, your own friends, your own hobbies and dreams, and still feel deeply connected and close to your partner. A partner who truly loves you isn't threatened by your independence. They admire and respect it. They see your individual strengths as something that adds to the relationship, not something that takes away from it. Now, let's look at the flip side: an unhealthy relationship. Here, control often cleverly disguises itself as care. You might hear things like, "I'm just worried about you." "That's why I need to know where you are all the time," or "It's just really important for me to know who you're with." Sometimes it's more subtle, like, "I don't think your friends are a good influence," or "Normal people in a relationship don't act like that." Slowly but surely, you start to change. You find yourself making excuses for your behavior, or worse, for your partner's. Start to adapt your personality, your schedule, and your desires to avoid conflict. You become afraid to just be yourself because you're worried about their reaction. Here's the key takeaway for this principle. If love demands that you give up who you are, it's not love, it's dependence. Love should feel like an expansion of your world, not a cage. Think about it. Does your relationship encourage you to grow into the best version of yourself? Hooray! Or does it require you to become smaller to fit into a box? This brings us to our second principle: dialogue, not manipulation. In a healthy relationship, partners talk to each other directly. Talk about their feelings, their desires, and even their disappointments, without fear of punishment. Yes, conflict still happens, that's normal. But the goal isn't to win the argument. It's to understand each other and find a solution together. A classic phrase in a healthy dynamic might sound like, "Hey, let's sit down and figure out what's really going on between us right now." There's a sense of being on the same team, even when you disagree. In an unhealthy relationship, however, direct dialogue is replaced by manipulative games. Instead of talking about what's wrong, one person might use the silent treatment as a form of punishment. They might use sarcasm to belittle your feelings or devalue your opinion to make you feel small. You're not actually solving any problems. You're just constantly navigating a minefield, trying not to set off the next explosion. You walk on eggshells, carefully choosing your words, or just avoiding difficult topics altogether. Here is a critical marker for you. You are afraid to speak honestly about your feelings because you're convinced it will just end in a huge fight or a scandal. Your relationship is no longer a safe space. A relationship should be your safe harbor, not a battlefield. When communication breaks down and is replaced by fear and mind games, the emotional safety is gone. Honest, open communication is the lifeblood of a healthy connection. Without it, resentment and distance are almost inevitable. Now for our third principle, and it's a powerful one: choosing each other, not just tolerating each other. In a healthy relationship, you are together because you actively want to be. You're not being held there by a fear of being lonely, or worries about your age, or the nagging thought that this is as good as it gets, so I might as well stay. Or together because you genuinely choose your partner every single day. You value them, you appreciate them, and you see a future you want to build together. In this dynamic, love is a joyful union, not a grim exercise in survival. It's a want to be here, not a have to be here. Contrast that with an unhealthy relationship, which is often held together by a completely different set of forces: habit, pity, or the sheer fear of loss. You might find yourself thinking things like, well, it's not the same as it used to be, but we have so much history, or I feel bad for them. I can't just leave, or I've already invested so much time and energy into this. You're staying, but the joy is gone. It's become a chore. The feeling of us against the world has been replaced by a quiet sense of resignation. Here is the essential warning sign for this principle. If the thought of leaving the relationship scares you more than the thought of staying in it exactly as it is, that's a major red flag. Fear shouldn't be the glue that holds you together. True commitment comes from a place of strength and choice, not from a place of fear and obligation. It's the difference between holding on and being held back. Now, I want to share an important truth that Yuan talked about enough. Healthy relationships are not perfect. They have disagreements, they have challenges, but what they don't have is a foundation of fear, shame, or deep, persistent loneliness, even when you're together. The core difference is this: in a healthy relationship, you work through problems together. In an unhealthy one, the relationship itself becomes the problem. Painful relationships can sometimes be very passionate, dramatic, and full of intense highs and lows. They can feel exciting, but over time, they are fundamentally draining. They take more than they give. Healthy love, on the other hand, is sustaining. It fuels you. It's a steady fire, not a series of explosions. So, I want you to take a moment and honestly ask yourself 3 questions about your own relationship. 1. Can I truly be myself around this person, with all my quirks and flaws? 2. Can I speak honestly about my feelings and needs without fearing the consequences? And 3. Am I actively choosing this relationship every day? Or am I just afraid of losing it? You don't need me or anyone else to tell you the answers. The truth is already inside of you. Listening to it is the first step toward building a life and a relationship that truly fills you with strength and happiness. Thanks for watching, and remember to take care of yourself. Follow for more insights into building a better life.